Hey everyone, good morning and happy Saturday and happy chocolate for breakfast day because every day is a chocolate for breakfast day around here, at least for me. And as I do every Saturday morning, I make a yummy chocolate recipe and I share it with y'all and I share what I'm celebrating this week because the more we celebrate, the more awesome stuff happens. And why not celebrate first thing in the morning? Don't wait until dessert to have chocolate, really, people. Like, it's like if you're craving chocolate, have a little first thing in the morning. It's so fantastic to have just a tiny little bite of chocolate with some coffee, tea, whatever your pleasure is, whatever it is. Like, make yourself happy first thing in the morning. So I'm excited today to share with you guys some new discoveries. I found a new chocolate and new recipe that I'm willing to try. So super excited because actually the batch is still in the oven. So today I made some chocolate chip cookies. Oh, there they are. And the first batch I overcooked just a little bit. So I'm going to see here. Oh yeah, so delish. Don't those look good? Just in time for my chocolate for breakfast broadcast. All right. So let those cool down before I put them on the cooling rack, and I'll tell you a little bit about them. So I used this new chocolate called Guittard, and it's got a really interesting story behind it. So I've never tried it, but by the way, love the packaging. Very on brand for Much. So cool. And what's really cool about this is the guy who started this company came from France. So obviously a French name. I may be completely murdering the pronunciation, even though I took some French classes in high school. So anyway, the guy came over from France and he came over to San Francisco looking for gold. So he brought some chocolate with him in the intent to trade the chocolate for his mining supply so he could find gold. And what he did is he ended up realizing that everyone was like super excited about this chocolate and we're paying top dollar for it. And then he realized, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be looking for gold. Maybe I should be selling chocolate. So he went back over to France and learned from his family the French making process, and then brought it back over to San Francisco. And it's been a family-owned business ever since. So I just really love the story. Highly recommend you check them out. I'll put the link to their website down below. And they have like family pictures and all kinds of cool stuff in there. Oh, hey, I see we've got both Jay Rise here in the chat box and Robin. Welcome, welcome, you guys. I'm so glad you're here. So yeah, so I think it's really cool because they're also a company that still to this day is owned by family members, and they are really concerned with fair trade, and they have a completely peanut-free, nut-free, gluten-free factory. And this particular chocolate right here, this particular is their dark chocolate, and it is made in small batches. So it's even more specialized. So I'm really excited to give this a try. So what I made, like I said, you guys already spoiled it for y'all, is made some chocolate chip cookies. I realized after a year plus of doing this broadcast that I still have never made chocolate chip cookies. I think because I've tried all the breakfast recipes, right? Like the chocolate pancakes and the chocolate waffle and I tried all kinds of stuff and tried to stay in the breakfast theme. But, why not have a chocolate chip cookie for breakfast? It kind of reminds me, I think I've shared this story before. My grandma used to always make cookies for us when we would go camping. And we would always go, all the grandkids would go over to the grandma and grandpa's trailer, and Robin, you probably remember this, and we would go and we would have cookies and hot cocoa for breakfast. So she would give us hot cocoa. They all, of course they told our parents, like, send the kids over for hot cocoa, and then they would sneak some cookies to us as well. And then it ended up just becoming kind of a tradition over time. And so now, to this day, when I go camping, I still love to have cookies in the morning. I often don't drink hot cocoa, though I often will drink coffee because I think it's so good with cookies in the morning. So anywho, what I'm so excited about is that this particular cookie that I looked up, recipe that I looked up, was specifically made to put sea salt on it because one of my favorite bakeries in town, Roman Candle, they make this amazing dark chocolate chip cookie with sea salt on top. And just that mix of the dark chocolate with the sea salt is just so good. So I thought I'm going to give that a try. So I tried 2 different salts, actually. The first one I tried was this really amazing salt that my sister brought back from Spain. And it's got all different flavors. It's got like orange and ham and shrimp. I mean, it's got actually, I think, dried elements of these things in there, and one of them is Merlot. And so they suggested the Merlot one to go with the chocolate. And then I realized, looking at the recipe, that it actually suggested to use flaked salt. And this is not flaked. It's very, very small, concentrated. And by the way, these guys are really cool because they keep the salt fresh by using orange rinds, apparently, which I think is really cool. Because after a while, salt can get really yucky. And this is actually, we've had this for over a year and it's been really nice and fresh. And this one from Jacobsen's is really nice too. It's actually a Pinot Noir salt, so similar to the the Merlot. And Jacobsen's is based here in Oregon. But this salt as salt does, kind of chunks up over time, so you have to kind of loosen it up. But it's got the good flake on it. So I tried 2 different ways of making these chocolate chip cookies. One, I put the flaked salt on top after it came out. So the recipe did suggest to do that, but I realized I really think it should be going on before, because it really probably won't stick very well to the cookie if it's on after. And then these guys I made with the Spanish salts, and I put it on before the cooking. And especially because it's smaller, I just think it'd be much better to put on before too. So I thought what I do is I try a bite of each. What do you say, guys? And please do let me know there in the chat box what you guys are celebrating. I don't see a lot of chatting going on, so it looks like maybe someone was here and gone. Maybe Jay left, even though I was here. So I hope my broadcast is going okay. And it looks like Robin, if one of you guys are still here, would love to know. I guess that's what I'm wondering. Is this broadcast still working? So, all right, let's take a bite and let's see which one I like best. Really good. Chocolate, by the way, is amazing. Oh my God. This is really good with the flaked salt. I really like this. So this is the one I have with the Jacobsen's. Really, really delish. All right. Now, let's give this one a try. So this one's got a little bit more of a subtle salt flavor. So it's but it's almost like, interesting. I like them both. I can't decide. This one just tastes a little bit sweeter. And I don't know if it's because of the salt is just smaller and doesn't overwhelm the flavor, or if it's because the Merlot in the salt is a little bit sweeter than the Pinot Noir in this salt. I have a feeling it's just because this is flaked salt, and so it has a little bit more of a strong salt flavor. So I have some dough left to make 2 more batches. I'll probably just split it up. 1 more with the Jacobsen's and 1 more with the Spanish salt. I mean, they're both so good. I see Robin and Jay both commented, so thanks you guys for letting me know you're still there and that everything's fine with this broadcast. I got worried because you guys seem so silent. Now, as you can tell, I can't stop eating this. Oh my God, so good. Okay, so let's see. I thought it'd be fun. Just thought I'd see what you guys are writing in the chat box there. You guys are telling me what you're celebrating. As always, I highly encourage all of you who are watching this to let me know what you're celebrating. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know what you're celebrating. And as always, I'll put the links for the chocolates and the salts in the description below so you guys can find it yourself. And I'll put the recipe in there too, because I really like this recipe. One of the things that they suggested you do with this recipe, by the way, was put this in the fridge before you make it, which I thought was really interesting. But I think what it does is it allows for it to stay, like, not to get too flat and drawn out, and yet it still has like this amazing kind of brown, crunchy outside and like soft on the inside. It's amazing. As you can tell, I can't stop eating. All right, so today I'm obviously celebrating Easter weekend. It's also, funny enough, April Fool's Day tomorrow. I saw this hilarious post on Storm. So there is a local singer here in Portland who I mean, she sings everywhere, but she's from here in Portland. And her stage name is Storm. And she also performs, like, she has like a monologue play that she wrote herself. And she also is one of the kind of the fill-ins for Pink Martini, which is a band here from Portland as well. In fact, the pianist for Pink Martini, Thomas Lauderdale, went to high school with my husband, so they knew each other. And so we've been fans of this band forever. And they have kind of like lounge type music and big band sound. It's really fun. Just a fun band. And so Storm once in a while sings with the band as well. But anyway, she had this hilarious post on Instagram. I'll have to put it in the description below. And it was something along the lines of like, you know, Jesus dies on Friday, but April Fool's, ha ha ha, he's really alive. I just thought that was like so funny. And I never realized how appropriate that was, that April Fool's fell on Easter this year. I thought that was so funny. So anyway, so happy Easter, y'all. For those of you who are celebrating throughout the world, it's a great day, obviously, to eat chocolate. And if you didn't get a chance to see the episode that I did where I made the peanut butter chocolate eggs, those are like one of my favorite recipes I've made so far because they're so good for you. They're made with peanut butter and almond in the middle, and then I put dark chocolate on the outside and then kind of decorated them to look like little Easter eggs. They were so cute looking and they were delicious. And me and my daughter kind of had one a day. They were almost like our little energy bar for the day that we kept in our purse. Really awesome, really good, and fantastic for breakfast too. So anyway, they're really cute. If you're looking for something fun to make for Easter and you've got like, you know, 24 hours to do it, it's a great recipe. I highly recommend it. So I'll put the link for that in the description below too. And oh, looks like we've got David Morales here too. Welcome, welcome, David. Glad to see you here. The next thing I'm celebrating today is I am celebrating tax season. Yay! I know that sounds really funny, but it's kind of my way of making tax season fun. And I'm still catching up actually with 2016 taxes, and then I also have 2017 taxes to do. And so the last couple of days, I've just been like racking my brain trying to like crunch the numbers, and it's really not my favorite. And now I'm just mad at myself that I put it off. So, but I'm making it fun, and I'm having a good time with it. And also, when I'm all done, hopefully we're going to get a return back from the government. So that's really what I'm also celebrating, is the money and that we'll be getting once I finish my task. So yay for tax season. It's also just kind of making me motivated to, I still have this cookie in my hand because I keep wanting to eat it. So I'm gonna do that real quick. It's making me motivated to want to get some systems together for myself, for my money, to make it easier in the future, because, oh my God, it has not been easy, y'all. So, but it will be next year, because this is not happening again, I'll tell you that. And then the last thing I'm celebrating is fun. I've done a couple things this week to help make things more fun for myself. I've been really stressed out. I have like a lot of work to finish for a couple of clients, and I obviously have these taxes, and so it's the end of first quarter too, and I really had like all these goals that I really wanted to finish by the end of the quarter, and you know, it's not all gonna happen. I've only got, you know, technically the rest of today. But that's okay, because it's just like, I think that time of year is just making me think, okay, this is how I'm going to get my stuff together and do it even quicker, and make sure I'm having fun while I'm doing it. So that's the whole idea, right? So like I was saying earlier, even doing the taxes, trying to make doing the taxes fun. And one of the things I think is really important to do is find ways to, you know, to make it fun, like by taking little breaks and rewarding yourself. Because one of the things, I just heard this really awesome interview with James Clear. For those of you guys who don't know who he is this guy who's kind of, well, he teaches a variety of things, but one of the big things he's famous for is he teaches you habits. And it was interesting because he was talking about one of the reasons why we form bad habits is because we go for the immediate pleasure, right? We go for the chocolate right away, and we forget like the long-term goal of whatever it is most important to us. And so sometimes we don't spend time doing those things that are like our long-range big goals that take a little bit more time. And so he suggests that the way to make that better and you more accountable to do it is to actually make it fun along the way, right? Do the fun things, and give yourself a little reward, so that you know that you're getting a little reward for doing these actions that sometimes usually wouldn't have a reward. So I love that suggestion and thought I'd share it all with you guys. So you guys are chatting it up now. I'm glad to see the chat box a little bit more busy now, because I was so worried about y'all. Okay, so let's see. Robin says she is celebrating new ways to dye Easter eggs, and you're trying out silk fabric to dye the eggs. Oh, interesting. She says you're just about ready to buy the eggs wrapped in silk on to boil. You're just about to put the silk wrapped eggs in the water to boil. So you put the silk wrapped, interesting. So you boil the eggs while you're dyeing it? Because the way it always works for me in the past when I've dyed eggs is you boil the eggs and then you dye it after, right? Interesting. How does that dye the eggs, Robin? I'm curious if it, like the dye from the silk comes out onto the eggs. That must be the case. And does it have sort of a cool tie-dye effect-ish kind of type thing? That sounds really cool. You'll have to maybe send me a picture or something. I would love to see that. And Jay says he is celebrating different cultures and food and languages. Different cultures, foods, and languages. Okay, you must be trying all kinds of different stuff. I love it. I've been doing a lot of writing right now for a client who is changing it's a travel client who's changing their website. And so I've been learning all these really cool things about all these countries and cultures, and it's been really awesome. It's been one of the side benefits of doing this project. And also it's given me tons of ideas for my book. So that's been also really cool too. So, and you also are celebrating YouTube. Yay! Because you're here with me on YouTube. So I'm celebrating that with you too. And fashion designers. Oh, I love fashion designers too. And David says he celebrates how he always likes the idea of working on holidays. It feels less stressful when people actively lazy up. I think I'm missing it because Jay is saying good point, but I'm confused. I celebrate how I always like the idea of working on the holidays. It was less stressful. So it's just less stressful for you because you're working and they're being lazy. I think that's what you're saying. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm glad you're celebrating the holidays and working on the holidays. That's awesome. And let's see. David also said, okay, wait a minute. I went too far forward. I like how you always have food on your fridge. Let's see. I don't know, because my fridge is not behind me, just my stove. So I wonder what you're talking about. Maybe it's just my little countertop here of stuff. And okay, so Robin is saying with the process of the eggs is you wrap the eggs in silk and you boil it, and then you also going to send us a picture. Awesome. I would love to see that picture. And I'll Google it and I'll put the link for that in the description below too for all of y'all who are interested in that. That's cool. So I'm really interested in how it looks. Oh, Jay is saying that David means that workplaces are chilled, not that he went too deep with the food comment. Okay, I wasn't picking that up. I was very, very confused, David. Sorry about that. I love it. That's good. That's good. Okay, good stuff. You guys are hilarious. Usually picking up those puns and metaphors, but just not this morning. Oh my gosh. Maybe I haven't had enough coffee. In fact, I haven't had any coffee today. So I got up right away and started making these cookies and getting ready to go to dance class today. So I'm excited for a fun day ahead and more taxes and more fun. And gonna probably figure out what we're doing tomorrow for Easter. So thanks you guys for joining me. I so appreciate you being here and celebrating your week with me as well. I highly encourage you to have some chocolate, enjoy something yummy that you really enjoy, and also check out this chocolatier. Really, really cool. I'll put the link in the description below. And you know, Jacobsen salts is always yummy, and I don't know how easy it would be to get a hold of these salts, but they do consider themselves the caviar of salts. So if you love flavored salts, really cool. They're both delicious. I don't know how I'm gonna choose. Seriously, y'all. And you guys are now chatting up in the chat box a little bit more. I'm just making sure. Let's see here. Awesome. David's saying he's thinking about writing books and producing some content. That's great. I think that, like I was saying, Find a way to reward yourself, because I have been writing a book for like 5 years now. And I still just had that not quite finished the outline. I have a lot of fun ideas about it and a lot of character development, but I think I'm going to utilize this, like having fun to reward myself as I'm writing it, and making time. It's always important to just make time for that kind of stuff, right? All right, thanks you guys for joining me. Happy Easter, happy spring, happy chocolate day, and we'll see you guys next week for another chocolate breakfast. Talk to you later. Bye.